Okay, so we're going. So I want to welcome everybody to week number 2. We are so excited that you guys made it here. We still have a ton of people, so I'm so excited that everybody wants to further their business and keep growing. So this class is on prospecting, which is bookings, in and out of the show, and it's also on passion. So I'm sure that everybody loved the training last week and the calls. Did everybody obviously got a chance to listen to the call? So I want to take two or 3 minutes. So Joe and Christina were the ladies who shared all those amazing tips. And if you ask me, I never knew that the pizza slicer was beveled on both sides to cut the pizza. Can you imagine? So that goes to show me that if I don't know that, it goes to show me there's a lot of things that I could probably take away from watching the product trainings all over again. So if everybody, we're going to try this and see how it works out. I'm going to go through you guys. I'm going to ask you quick to say your one most amazing takeaway. There was so many to take away. I don't know where to start, but I want everyone just to give one takeaway. So the first, I'm just going to go from the top of my screen. Jess, what was your big, Jess is not looking at me. Okay, so Melissa, what was your takeaway?
I guess the biggest thing is to get people to talk about sorry.
That's okay.
Just to have that, I didn't realize how much getting people to talk about which products that they like and they use all the time can really increase sales. You know, they're doing the job for me in a way.
That's what it is. You're 100% right. That is a huge takeaway. Okay, so we're going to have Migdalia. You go next.
Okay, my big takeaway is truly knowing the details of the product. Since if I'm going to let them sell the smaller products, knowing every detail about the high-end products that I'm trying to sell, that was my big takeaway.
That's amazing. That's really good. Perfect. So you mute yourself out because if I do it, it's not going to be right. So those are really 2 awesome tips already. All right, Patty, you're next.
My one I have a couple, but I'll just say the one. I think the one was just not to really focus in on a lot of the small items. Work your high-end products, sell those. All the rest is going to sell themselves when you do add-ons.
You're right. 100% right. You're going to hear a little bit more about that today that you just segued into a portion of tonight. So that was perfect. Allison, you're next. Go ahead. I unmuted you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
I have the power. No, I'm joking.
Okay, good. I like the fact that to get to people talking, like the guests, and getting them selling the products to one another. That was a cool tip, I thought. And cross-selling products, like if you're buying like the salad chopper to get the dual-sided brush was a cool thing to do. I got a lot out of it.
Perfect. So that's good. That's something that someone else didn't say. So we're hearing all these different things and maybe someone didn't pick up on that. So when someone else says it, then you're like, oh wow, I didn't even, and I want everybody to go back, listen to that call again. Listen to it 2-3 times. You're going to pick up something different every time. Okay, Trish, you're up. You're unmuted. Go ahead, Trish.
Okay, I would say product knowledge. I thought it was really important to know information about the products that you're talking about. Because I find that people really love that when you can really tell them about the products.
Yes, perfect. Excellent. Thanks, Trish. Robin, you're next. Go ahead. I unmuted you. I'm I'm loving having control of this.
Well, the thing I was going to say, same thing as the other gals, and especially Trish, product knowledge. I've made myself, not made myself, but I took the catalog and while watching TV or not listening to it or whatever, I'm starting to look through there and see not only what the numbers are, because I know there's a gentleman with Pampered Chef.
Just
that,
Go ahead, keep going.
that knows the numbers, the price, everything about the products, and that's what amazed me the most. Not on the videos, of course, but the ladies did the same thing.
Yes. And you know what? The way she knew so much, she made that cheap binder with
Yes.
the little things in that binder. That's also amazing too. Different things work for different people. Okay, so let's see who's next. Maggie, go ahead. You're up.
Well, everybody pretty much said what was really the biggest takeaway, but I liked how she had the host at the very beginning of the party say what was on her wish list.
Yeah.
Really get the host to participate and buy in so that her friends know what she wants and they can support her.
Perfect. Very cool. Okay. iPad, you're up.
Sure. I like the enthusiasm that all of them showed for the products.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once they started talking about it, everybody just started chiming in and they had their own special products. And I figured that works.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. You got to be passionate about what you like. If you love that rock and you can't stand the grill pan, you're not showing the grill, but everybody loves the grill pan. So
Right.
you want to show what you use at home and what you're passionate about. That's what this is about, passion. So once you have that product skill, everything else will fall into place. Pat, Vinny, you're next.
Oh, my takeaway was to build relationships, not to just be the salesperson.
Perfect.
Coming back.
Coming back. Very good. Okay. And Jen, you're next.
Great.
Not that easy, right? Now you can all feel bad for me. Go ahead. No.
To make sure you add the small purchases at the end of the checkout, try to segue other purchases that they've made and try to tie them together, just to bump up the sales and maybe get them to that price point to where they can get the free product.
Very good. Jean. Okay, can you hear me, Jean?
I can hear you.
Oh, go ahead. Your takeaway.
Okay. I was actually a little late coming on because my enthusiasm for Pampered Chef really kicked in tonight, and I booked 2 parties for the next 5 and 6 weeks from now. So, sorry I was a little late.
No, that's okay. So you get a free pass.
Okay, thank you, because I'm so excited. I'm doing a brunch.
Awesome. So who is your recruiter?
My recruiter is Jen Prizzi.
Okay.
That's the best.
Jen Prizzi is going to go over all those brunch things with you.
Okay.
And you are going to be rocking and rolling. We all want to have Jen Prizzi as our recruiter, so don't worry.
I know. She's awesome.
She is awesome. Okay. So
Thank you.
That's good, and she will go over all that stuff with you.
Thank you so much.
Melissa, we heard from, I think this is Rachel. You want to share, Rachel, or you're just listening in? Wait. Rachel, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to share what your takeaway from you good?
Yes, I was going to say doing more live stuff on Facebook.
Very good. That is awesome. Everybody should be doing a little bit of live. That's making a huge difference. Great takeaway. Okay, so now we're going to get, let's see. Sia, you there? Okay, I know she was dialing in and driving. Okay, so now that everybody has these awesome selling skills, everything else is going to sort of fall into place. So now you have to start sharing all of these tips and putting those to use, being that you know all of them. So when you're at your shows, when you're out and about, it's going to be so natural for you to start talking about these things. It's called prospecting. It sounds a little bit scarier than what it is. All it is when you're out and about, starting to talk to people and starting to talk to people about what you know, what you've learned, and what you love. This is why we had you making recipes, using the products, posting those recipes that you made, because once you get fluent and you're really loving what you're doing and you believe in your products, the rest of it falls into place. So, like I said before, You're going to want to re-listen and listen to those calls and things over again. What I do is when I'm on my way to my shows, and also I happen to commute to work 3 days a week, an hour in the car, I always have one of the calls or something going on. It's working while you work. So on my way to work, I'm listening to Pampered Chef work. On my way to my shows, I'm listening to calls. So they call it working while you work. And what you want to do is you want to be able to start sharing. Oh, there you go. You want to be able to start sharing what you're excited about. I want you to know I didn't have these PowerPoint slides when I did this. So I have pages and pages of what I'm going to say, and now it's all right up in front of me. So this is like a lot easier. So it's very easy to share once you're educated. Once you have the products, they're going to change people's lives, and that's what we do. So we all talk about coming back around the table. It's a proven fact that, did you know that children who eat together with their families, and obviously that doesn't happen every night, but when it does happen, they do better on their SATs. They have better interviewing skills. They're less promiscuous. Their tendency is they don't do drugs, they don't smoke, they don't drink, all because they ate dinner together. And Jess knows this. We were just talking about this before. I know this from personal experience, and I actually didn't, make up this slide, but it is really true. My kids, when something good goes on, the first thing is, what's their favorite meal? We're all going to cook together. Yesterday, we made meatballs, and we did a whole bunch of stuff. And it's so hard not to share things when you're out and about, when you're loving what you're doing and you're living it. So everybody needs to eat. We all need to eat. So what you want to be doing is making these recipes and using the products when you're at home. Then when you're out and about, it becomes very easy. And it's amazing to know that the simple thing that we're doing, making meals quick, making meals easy, is changing people's lives. And just by us going to work. So it's got to be an amazing feeling to know by the simple thing that we're doing, it's changing the way that things are. So, okay, Jess, I think we go there. So, okay, so it's very easy to go out and share once you know what you're doing. And so now I'm looking through these. So here are the things when you're out. Here are some things when you're out and about to get bookings. Simple, very easy. Wear PC logo, carry a PC bag, carry a PC tote, wear your name badge. If you really want to, wear your apron into a store. I actually did that by accident once, but it was coming home from a show. I had to stop for something to dinner and my apron was already on. Jess, I know, has done that before, right, Jess? Jess has gone to the store and worn her apron. Carry a PC cookbook to find recipes for an ingredient. Here's a really simple thing to do. I do this all the time. If I'm making a recipe, I have my Season's Best, and I'm in the aisle at the store, and I have my thing open to the recipe that I'm making, and I'm looking, and I have it out. Simple, Season's Best. The other thing you can do, have a recipe card out. So if you're going to make the naughty brownies, I think they're called, you're going to have that recipe card out. You're going to be you can go and someone can be in the cake aisle and you're looking for a brownie mix and you're going to turn around and say like, oh my God, is this a great brownie mix? Because this is the recipe I'm going to make. That leads into the next thing. Now everybody's saying, oh my God, you want me to go into a store? You want me to talk to people that you don't know? Yeah, you're going to talk to people that you don't know. It's very easy. Like when I said before, when you know what you're doing. So while you're in the aisle, you're going to be looking, you're going to have the recipe card, and you're going to see, you think, I'm making this recipe tonight. Have you used this brand of brownie mix before? And then people are going to look at you and going to say, yeah, I'm making these naughty brownies, and I want to know if this is a Pampered Chef recipe. And then they'll say to you, oh, you're going to get 2 responses all the time. You're going to get, I've never heard of Pampered Chef, or the famous one that everybody has heard before. Oh my God, I love Pampered Chef. So I am sure by a show of hands, if I scroll down through everybody, who's heard that before? Oh my God, I love Pampered Chef. That's your lead in. So the next thing that you could say to people is, look at this, I knew it and I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, I'm going by my notes. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to say to someone is when they say, oh my God, I love Pampered Chef, you're going to say, oh my God, I happen to have a mini brochure here of all of our new products. Would you like to take a look at it? And they're going to say, oh yeah, of course I would. So now you're going to hand them this mini catalog that you have with you. I should have had this out as props. But you're going to have your mini catalog out with you. And on the mini catalog, you're going to have a little Post-it. You're going to have a little Post-it. And when you talk to them, you're going to say, oh, I would love to follow up with you to see what you think of our new products. When I go out and about, what I really like to say to people is, oh my God, here's our new brochure with our new catalogs. On the top, it has the Post-it. And then I say to everybody, would you like to be added to my recipe club? Would you like to be added to my recipe VIP group? I post recipes and cooking tips and things all the time. I'm not very comfortable with saying, oh, can I follow up with you? I want you to think about new products. Everybody gets their feel when they're out. So when you're in the grocery store, that's what I like to do. I like to say, oh, do you want to be added to my recipe list? If you do not get their information, if you want to hand them your business card, great. If you do not get their information, it's lost and you've wasted your time. You always want to get their information. It's simple as having a little Post-it on top of the catalog. We do have, Jess, we have those little ones that you can actually get printed up. Someone can fill out, or you could use the drawer prize slip. Does everyone know what that is? If anybody doesn't know what that is, I'm going to scroll through. Does anybody not know what the door prize slip is? Okay, so the door prize slip is that little white slip that has the person's name, their address, their email, what they're interested in, and they can fill that out. Make it as simple and easy when you're out. Name, phone number, and email. You have to follow up with everybody within 24 or 48 hours. Thanks, Jess. That's the door prize slip. We're going to go over that a little bit more in a minute, but that came in your kit.
Can't see it.
It says, thanks for joining us. It's a little white pad. Yeah, that comes in your kit. So if you have that, you could paperclip that to the top. Listen, I don't care if I get someone's address at that point. You really want their cell phone number and their email. Cell phone numbers first. 24 to 48 hours. If you don't follow up with them, throw it out because then you're done. The other thing is you have to remember something. When you're out, how many of you have gone to the refrigerator or the cabinet 65 times during the day and you look and you look and you look and you're like, oh my God, what am I making for dinner? What am I making for dinner? And every time you keep going back to the fridge or the cabinet, you think something else is going to jump out at you and say, hey, make this for dinner. So everybody is going through the same things. So don't think of it that, oh my God, I'm bothering people in the supermarket. You're not. You're just talking about what you do and what you like. The other thing, I know I'm going to go out of order here on my thing. The other thing that I love to do is when I'm out, you have to pick the product that you're loving. I have a lot of luck selling that veggie spiralizer. And you know why I love selling it? Because when I go into Wegmans or when I go in somewhere and they're selling spiralized zucchini for $11.99 a pound, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm constantly by that section. And if somebody's there and I'm like, oh my God, look at this spiralized zucchini. Do you know when I do my Pampered Chef shows, I spiralize 3 zucchinis for $3, $4, and this whole thing is $11. And it leads into another conversation. And they're like, oh, what do you do? Oh, and here's where you need to have so when you're out, they might turn around and say to you, so what do you do? And the next thing you want to turn around and say to them is you want to have your 20-second commercial ready. So does anyone not know what your 20-second commercial is? Who does not know? Okay. Who else does not know? I see Sharon, Jen.
I don't know.
Tracy, Melissa. Okay, so your 20-second commercial is when you start talking to someone and they turn around and say, what do you do? So now you need to be prepared to answer them to make sure you're conveying that. So your 20-second commercial, when someone says that, I'm going to give you some examples. So I go through, I have my veggie spiralizer, and we get into a conversation over it, and then someone says, what do you do? So I like to say, here's a couple of different options. You could say, I create mealtime memories with quality tools and making quick, delicious recipes. You could say, I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. You could say, or I help people realize that cooking is fun when you have the right tools. Or one of my favorites is, I help people discover that inner Rachel Ray. Then what is someone going to say to you? Well, what do you do? And then you say, did you ever hear of Pampered Chef? And you know what they're going to say? I love Pampered Chef. Or they're going to say, I never heard of Pampered Chef. I promise you're going to hear you love Pampered Chef more than that. So those are a lot of different options quickly that you get out and about. So when you're out and about, those are the things you want to do. So we did logo wear. We did different options in the stores. Always have your minis with you with a Post-it attached to them. I can also share on there a little Post-it that already has the stuff printed on it that we've had made up at Vistaprint. It doesn't even matter. You just need the person's information. Follow up after that. Okay? So now we need to talk about bookings at your shows. Bookings at your shows are the heart of your business. So we want to get 2 bookings at every show. That's the rule of thumb. 1 booking is replacing the booking that you're doing, and 1 booking is to grow your business. And if you could add a catalog show or a virtual show on top of the 2 live bookings, also, right now, I know that there are a lot of people doing only virtual shows. And we have a couple of virtual trainings that are coming up that is just about running your business virtually. But even though I'm saying live bookings, you do a virtual show, same thing holds true. You want to get 2 bookings at that virtual show. You want to get 1 to replace the booking and 1 to move forward. The way we get them is just with games through posts. This is about sitting there in front of someone. So now the catalog show is going to be gravy. Okay, it's not sauce. Sauce is on your macaroni on Sundays. Gravy is something that's extra above and beyond. Everyone's supposed to laugh at that. That's my extent of a joke. So we want to make sure that that's what we're doing. 2 bookings for every show. If you leave that show and you don't have the bookings, then we're going to do those out and about bookings, and we're going to do follow-up calls and things like that to get those extra bookings. Oh, I forgot the checkout line. We'll go back to that after. Just pretend I didn't forget it. So, I did talk about the spiralizer, so we're good. So now I'm going to give you 16. Yes, I'm going to give you 16 tips. 20-second commercial. We did that. See, it's all right there for you. I love Pampered Chef. Okay, so everyone says, I love the Pampered Chef. No one ever says they love lawyers. Okay, good. My joke was better with the sauce. So now we're going to talk about bookings being the heart of your business. Single heart. So I'm going to give you, here we go, magic number is 2. 2 cooking 1 catalog would be even better. Replace the one you did. There we go. Very good. So I'm going to post these so you don't have to worry about writing them down. There's 17 tips on what you should be doing at your shows to make sure you get bookings. So here we go. In order to get 2 bookings, you have to ensure you do a few things. So now I'm going to give you these tips. They're all right here. Jess, I don't know, can we take this and post it to the, it's in the recording, but I'm going to get a screenshot of it and I'm going to post it. Okay, so we're going to go over, I could look here. We're going to go over host coaching. That's going to be next week. Jess is handling that. I cannot wait to hear what she has to say. But even though I was like right in the middle, the meat and the potatoes is always right in the middle. No one really wants the bread that's on either side. Oh, that's supposed to be a joke too, but no, just kidding. Jess is laughing. Okay, so here are the 17 things we want to do that we're ensuring that we're going to get the bookings. We want to show up on time. I get to my shows an hour before. I want to have everything set up and be ready that I could be mingling with my guests and listening to them, see what's going on. This way I can see who has kids running around, who can't get dinner on the table, who's complaining that they're all stressed out. And then this is what I can also go to. And I feel like I'm making a relationship with everybody before the show even starts. You want to make sure all your dishes are clean. You don't want to get there and have stuff looking gross. Everything wants to be packed neatly. Everything out has to look beautiful. Make sure you're appropriately dressed. You can wear your logo wear, you can wear jeans, but you want to look presentable. You want to remember that you are being invited into someone's house. You want to smell good, okay? This is for if people smoke or anything like that. When you walk into someone's house, you want to always be on your A game. You want to talk about, and I think that a couple of you mentioned this before, you want to talk about the high-priced products to create a desire for people to want them. The same way when you go out to look for a house, if you're a real estate agent or you're going to buy a house, they always have that one house that's a little bit above your budget because they want you to stretch to pay for it. But the great thing about us is even though you're going to stretch, you can host a show and they can get that for free. You want to always make your host feel like she's amazing. She's invited you into her home. She's cleaned her home. She's invited her family and friends, and she's purchased some ingredients. So you always want to make her feel like she's amazing. Each host should be made to feel like she's your only host, the only party that's going on. You want to go over bookings. We call them planting seeds in the beginning of your show, in the middle of your show, and at the end of your show. You always want to show products like this month is stoneware. So last month and the beginning of this month, you should have been bringing your baker, those gray serving platters. Should be the things that you are showing. This way it creates desire. And you could tell someone, oh my God, imagine getting this deep covered baker for under $40. After you've made a molten lava cake in it or after you've made bruschetta pasta in it. Oh my God, I can cook a chicken in this in 30 minutes. It comes out as brown. It's beautiful. You can get home. Instead of having breakfast for dinner and putting Captain Crunch on the table, you're going to come home, throw this in the microwave, and it's amazing. And then you create the desire for those higher priced products. You want to use the door prize slip that Jess just showed you. Don't stick it in the thing. You have to hand it out to each individual person. Go through each box on it. And you want to tell everyone who fills this out, I'm going to put them in at the end. I'm going to pick one and give away a gift. People don't know what you're giving away. They don't know. For all they know, you could be giving away a rock rock. People hear the word free. They think they're getting something. They're all filling it out. But you want to walk through each question on there. When it gets to fundraising, going over fundraising, this is also going to keep you in check to make sure that you're going over everything that you need to go over. The 3-pile checkout. That is having a pile of people who are going to book shows, people who are going to book a catalog show, a regular show, a virtual show. And you want to make sure to go through each of those different options with everybody that sits down with you. So the first thing you're going to do is always look over their order form. You're going to look over and say, oh my God, I see that you bought that brownie pan. It's so amazing. You know, it's not just the brownies. I make eggs in there. I make little cornbreads with hot dogs in there. I make the most amazing little s'mores cakes in there. And you're going to say, I have an e-cookbook I'm going to send to you. Let me write it down. Write it on the little form. Send them the e-cookbook. Everybody wants to feel appreciated. The next thing you're going to say is, oh my God, did you get everything you wanted? No, you didn't? Oh, what didn't you get? And then you're going to go from there. And then you're going to go say, oh, do they want to have a live show? If they don't want to have a live show, then you want to go to a catalog and virtual show. But the most thing that you always want to ask everybody is, what could you do with an extra $100? What could you do with an extra $200? And that is going to also come into the checkout, but we're going to go over recruiting. I think that, Jess, is that the week after next? Recruiting. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much after that. You're going to plug that recruiting is going to go right into, the recruiting is going to go right into portion of the checkout. So we'll deal with that after. So what number was I up to? Either she's rushing me. I didn't get through all of them. Okay, virtual party. The other thing you want to say, they might not have someone, they might not want to host a show. They might have a friend who want to host a show. If they say they don't want to host a show, say, oh, no, is you don't want to host a show now? Is that no, not right now because you're busy? Or is that no, never? No, not now. No, not ever. You're going to hear that theme running through everything. Ask your host, let your host know that in the beginning of the show, I always say that my host will get 50% off at anybody who hosts a party and another 10% off. So you're never going to get everything that you want right now. And I always tell them, hey, listen, if you want to spend all your money now, I'll be more than happy. But you know what? Why not host your own show and get some of your stuff for free? You can offer an incentive to your hosts that want to book with you. So if the host gets 3 bookings, I actually bring a basket with me, and I do a $100 basket and a bookings basket. If someone spends $100, they can pick from my basket. If someone books a show, they can pick from my basket. And what's in my basket? I go on the outlet, and I order a bunch of stuff on the outlet, $5, $8 and below, throw it in the basket. And what I say is Pampered Chef offers you a gift for spending $75. I give you a gift for $100 or booking a show. So it's a little booking tool. When you have those little cookbooks in there and things like that, it's not like someone's walking out with a citrus peeler. I like to load my basket up with stuff from the outlet, and it's also supporting my business. Okay, smile a lot. No one wants to book a show with someone who's not fun, someone who's not happy. Not everybody has to be a stand-up comedian. My shows are really not that funny. My shows are more informative. So you have to be true to yourself, but be happy in what you're doing. You want to get that point across that you're absolutely loving what you're doing. You have to have your calendar ready. Highlight your dates that you want to book. People love doing things with busy people. They want to think that you're so busy that you're doing them a favor by booking a show. And that's where we hope over these 6 weeks to get you, that you're going to be busy enough to turn around and say, oh my God, my calendar is full. Your calendar is full to what you want it to be full. So if that's 3 shows a month, then once your calendar is full, it's full. If it's 6, if it's 10, whatever it is. But in this business, 2 shows a week gets you everything. So you want to make sure kids' dentist appointments, soccer game, have that calendar filled in. Aunt Mary's birthday. Make sure that you have everything in there. Also, if someone says they're going to book a show, there's another trick you could do. You could say, when my hostess gets 3 bookings, she's going to get this. We get a ton of free stuff. We have options to get stuff, buy stuff off the outlet. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So we're doing all that, bookings. Okay, so now the other thing we have to talk about is passion. So as you can tell from me talking, I love what I do. I don't know why anybody wouldn't book a Pampered Chef show. So the thing is, now we have to have passion. Once you know about your products, once you know about what you're going to do when you're in there, you want to make sure that you have your passion. And we're learning about the 4 pillars of success. So you want to have belief, passion, skill, and will. Like Jen said last week, if there's a little crack in any of them, the roof's not going to sit, everything's going to crumble. So you want to make sure to strengthen every area of this. So you want to make sure that you're passionate about their opportunity to purchase. They want to passionate about booking a show, passionate about joining one of the fastest growing teams in the Northeast, the Midwest, the West Coast, wherever you live. We have team members all over the place. You don't need to be where your director is. So when you wake up in the morning, you should be so passionate about what you're doing that you should be saying to yourself, whose life am I going to change today? So last week, the challenge was to believe in yourself and believe in your business. This week, you have to have passion behind your products, your bookings, and having people join your team. So I didn't make my notes to this, so I'm like a little off here. So what you want to do is you want to have positive self-talk. On your way to your shows, you want to be telling yourself, I'm getting 2 bookings at the show. I'm booking all of them. They're going to have such a good time that they're not going to know what to do. They're all going to want to be on my calendar. It's all positive self-talk. You're going to go to your shows saying they're all going to want to join my team. I'm going to have 5 recruit leads tonight. I'm going to sign 1 person at my show. I'm going to sign 2 people at my show. I'm going to book 6 shows tonight. They're going to love the recipe I'm making. Everybody's going to want that double burner grill pan. So you just want to make sure that you're believing and you're having positive self-talk all of the time, or positive affirmations. You have to be so passionate about your product, your business, and booking parties that people can know that you're loving what you're doing just by talking to you. People can smell if you're not happy about what you're doing. People know the minute you get on the phone with them, they know that you're not passionate about what you're doing. So now what I want to do is you need to be able to paint a picture so clear to everyone at your shows, so clear to everyone that you speak to, that they want to book with you or they want to join your team. That's what the whole mission statement is here. So now I'm going to ask everybody a couple of questions. So everyone's going to answer yes or no truthfully about the questions that I'm going to ask you. Oh, look at this. So here we go. I'm going to answer yes or no. Honestly, are you passionate about your products? Yes or no? Are you passionate about booking shows? Yes or no? Are you passionate about sharing the business opportunity? Whether you are or not, they will know. People will know exactly by the intonations in your voice, your facial expressions. I absolutely love using my products at home. My family loves using my products there. So you have to be passionate about it. When you talk to people, are you going to tell them that they're going to get a ton of free products? Why? Who's not going to come to your show, love the double burner grill pan, love the spiralizer, and love the rock rock? Who's not going to love that? So you have to be so excited about it. Why would they not want to book a party and get the double burner grill pan for half price? My average host can host a party and I can tell them they're going to get the rock rock for free. Jess can tell her hosts, oh my God, you're getting the double burner grill pan for free. So why would you not want to share that with everyone? I mean, who could not cook everything on their double burner grill pan? With no oil, no less. Right? I mean, it's crazy. Who could not do and then take it and put it right in the oven? So,
oh my God, no oil?
No oil. It's dry heat. You're cooking on dry heat. So these are all things that you just want to know and be passionate about. Now, being passionate about the business. So this is even better than being passionate about a grill pan. So you want to, oh wait, I'm skipping my notes. Okay. So then you want to be passionate about your products and booking shows, which you just talked about. So now if you're not passionate, how can you become passionate about everything to do with your business? And one more fact I just want to say that actually struck me. Do you know that the average person, if they had an extra $400 in income, would never have to claim bankruptcy?
Wow.
$400 a month, they would never have to claim bankruptcy.
Wow.
How easy is it for us? Our show average right now is $599. You don't even need to do 4 shows a month to make that kind of money. So that statistic is absolutely crazy. So if you don't feel passionate about your business, what can you do to become passionate? And we all get a full-time pay for working part-time hours. So what can you do? Attend national conference. First thing I'm going to say is everybody who's joined after, what was it, October?
July.
July. I'll post that tomorrow. Can attend national conference for $99. You want to go to conference. Such amazing time. Training, you get to listen to Doris, you get to listen to Crazy Bristol. The trainings are amazing. The camaraderie is amazing. We just have an absolute blast. Prize boxes are amazing. Well, Vinny will post what prize boxes are on the page tomorrow. Vinny, if you don't mind, is he still here? Is he still here? Yeah, is he still here?
I think so.
Vinny, yeah, tomorrow if you don't mind. Yeah, he's here. Post about the prize boxes, post some videos or whatever. Maggie could join in too because we all had and Trish, everybody who went last year. So tomorrow, here's an extra little homework assignment. Post pictures of conference tomorrow on the Dispatchers page. Patty went, so many of us, just post those videos. You're going to go through PCU. There are tons of trainings on PCU that you can take on every subject possible. YouTube, Google, anybody, you Google them. Yeah, there's my extensive computer lingo. Go on YouTube. There are tons and tons of videos on recruiting, on product knowledge, on everything on YouTube. Play with YouTube's tools at home. Attend team meetings. I'm trying to read fast. Attend team meetings. It would be great if you could be there live. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can be there virtually. The training calls. Find a Batter Bowl buddy. Don't worry. Find someone to hook up with to keep you accountable. Find a vendor event. You're going to find out how much love everybody loves. Recipe night, team meeting. Find a Pampered Chef mentor. That would be me. It would be Jess. It would be a recruiter. It could be anybody who's going to hold you accountable. So now, what do we need to do? Does anybody have a question? Questions. You can actually post questions, like I said, underneath the event. No questions so far. Okay. So I'm going to post our homework. I'm going to post, the homework is going to be to listen to Susan Marche and Missy Isles on, I just lost my train of thought. So we're going to listen to them. It's going to be on bookings and selling. They are two top sellers in the company. I have met both of them. They're both amazing. You're going to, again, post your 5 takeaways. And it's going to be the same homework every week. Yeah, every week. How many shows will you commit to booking? How many out and about contacts that you're going to get? I want everyone to hand out 10 mini catalogs over the next week. How we talked about doing the out and abouts. If anybody has any other ideas about out and abouts, I want you to say them, post them on the page, and do them. But when you hand out those minis, you have to get people's information back. Otherwise, it doesn't count towards your 10. You're going to set up a call with your recruiter. You're going to go over, when we talk, you're going to go over how many bookings, how many recruit leads, what your sales were the week before, one brag, and anything you're having trouble with. Basically, what's on that Google form. Good? I know I talked too long. So I went over, but that's because I gave too much information. No, I'm joking. So does anybody have any questions now? You can unmute yourself. And I'm going to actually stop the recording. Or stop recording.